Well, welcome back to the live show, and I really don't know what's going on with the camera here. Let's see. See if we can get that fixed. Well, that seems to be okay. All right. Well, welcome back to the live show where we have a tutorial on a robot today. I'm going to be showcasing a totally redesigned robot, and there's some new robots we got. So let's just get straight into it. And yeah, I know it's December and everything, but honestly, when it's December and everything, honestly, you'd expect all Christmas music and stuff, but today we got nothing but, well, let's see, we got nothing but robots. All right, so our first tutorial is on Ominous, but our first showcase today is of the newly redesigned Quantum. I mean, Quantum literally has a new redesign right here. Ever since season 2, he's really needed it. He's actually known for biting Red Flame in half, and he bit poor Standalone in half last night in another fight. Just take a moment to appreciate how complex this is. Now, this one piece that's 5 studs by 2 studs, it comes from a Lego set on Temu, and you wouldn't find that Lego piece anywhere else. So look down in the middle. There's actually a piece down here that helps hold the Crusher intact. It's got new side armor, potential armor spouts right here that it could have. It's got a self-rider, and the way I put the top armor on here is actually very complex, but most of this up through here is original, actually. And the wheels back here, they're original. There's quite a bit of original stuff about this bot, but there's quite a bit of new stuff about him too. So overall, I'm very happy with how he's turned out, and there we go. And yeah, he's really ready to buy some robots. You know where off. And here's just him biting in a standalone. And well, if you can't stand violence, look away from the screen. Yeah, there we go. It's like the moment when you realize you're having a dream that NASCAR's on TNT for the first time since 2014, and then you wake up and then you see Quantum biting straight through Standalone. So, well, how about we get to our first fight featuring Riptide? Yeah, that's what I said. Riptide is, well, he's been kind of on and off since around season 4, but I've never really had the chance to keep him mostly because of the parts he uses. Due to the parts he uses, a lot of bots actually needed his parts, so I wasn't really able to keep him for very long. But this time I intend to, as I got some Lego bricks on Temu that are pretty high quality. It's like a set of 300 of these 2x1s, and I still got probably close to, well, probably over 290 of them still left. So if any bot needs something like that sometime, I'm gonna use that on them. So they're taking on let's just say unlucky robot in Hijinks. Hijinks is, well, he's like that bot that goes 0-2, and then when he needs an emergency win, he gets it, and then he goes 1-3. That's literally a story right there. It can't get any clearer than that. So Hijinks has went 1-3 the past 2 seasons. They really have potential in their way. I'll say that, to say the least. And well, do you think Riptide or Hijinks is going to take this one? And by the way, we got the old trusty arena drum back. I actually tried a new Hazard a little while ago, and well, it was a lifter that I tried a little while ago. I think it's too darn powerful to be motorized. So yeah, you ain't gonna see a lifter in season 6. But here we go. Holy crap! What? I don't know if I've ever seen a more dominating performance from a drum spinner. I mean, there's not really any drum spinners in the field right now that are considered in the All-Stars realm, which is basically, well, the All-Stars realm is basically a thing that I've come up with to put the most successful bots in a certain position to where I don't lose them. And it's worked since roughly season 2. So, yeah, Riptide starts his career off here in my series of Lego Battlebots with a very dominant win. Well, and here is the ominous tutorial. Now, this is a bot that I can kind of go in depth with. This is a bot that I can really go in depth with. So here he is. First of all, there's the weapons. You see, the weapons are, well, the one who requested it, I can't remember his YouTube profile name, but he's probably looking for how the body is made. And by the way, Riptide is a definite yes for season 6. I don't care what anyone who hates Riptide says, it is a definite for season 6. So, and here's how the wheels are connected. And now this is for both sides. It's connected with this. It's connected with a, I use a generic off, I use an off-brand for that. Now here's the midsection, which is the most difficult part. So you connect all this to this piece and add that to it to kind of help the weapon from not thrusting itself backwards. Then you connect it to this and put it in this midsection here. And well, just, you might want to kind of ignore my commentary here because I'm the type that'll literally tell you that there's 10,000 midsections. But here's those two pieces to connect. And then you basically do the same with this one. You put it through there. Then you put this on there as a way of getting it to be more durable, because, well, it's not very durable, but it will fall apart immediately if I didn't have those two pieces on there. Then you add that. Here's how to connect the middle part. Then there's this. You put that there. And you have the weapons right here. And you got Ominous. Ominous is really the type of robot that, I don't know, he's like a bot that could become a breakout star at any minute, but he's not really been showing the integrity of doing it. He's really going to need a much more durable design. And he is a maybe for season 6. I'll just put it at that. Well, our next match is an undefeated robot versus a robot who is literally brutal off camera. It's Copperhead. Well, the brutal off camera bot. He just ain't been, his durability is what brings him down in the seasons. But trust me, he is an awesome machine. He can literally brutalize everyone. I'll kind of let you in on a secret. He can even go tail to tail with in-game. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. All right, so here's Lengthy Boy. Basically, a Smee parody basically a successful Smee parody that I have no idea why he is successful or why he's even here. But he's incredibly long, so I guess that's a plus. And I'm pretty sure he's 2-0 so far. And yeah, look at him just driving around. The thing has no ground game, but this midsection here is so durable that it can really take hits from like a full life spinner for, I don't know, probably for the full 3 minutes. I've never tested him against the full life spinner before, but yeah, Lengthy Boy versus Gigabyte. That might be a good match for the next live show. All right. Okay, Copperhead just, oh God. Copperhead just throws itself, basically does the coolest gyro move of the 21st century. And yeah, just remind me to get that patented as the coolest gyro move of the 21st century. I don't know if the government will listen though. But anyways, Copperhead takes out Lengthy Boy, and I really thought Lengthy Boy would stand more of a chance. But anyways, Lengthy Boy, he really didn't break apart, so that'll be pretty cool. And Copperhead versus Spartan, yeah, that'd be a really awesome match. And honestly, it might happen in season 6. Honestly, that'd be like one of the best matches you could get. All right, so now is Bombshell 2016. Yeah, the bot that can't win anything to save his life, and yeah, I quote, can't win anything because he literally can't win anything. And I mean, I'm not trying to really say anything bad against him. He just never won anything. And by the way, I'd say Vanish will probably be in season 6. He's had a really good performance, and yeah, hopefully he will. All right, so Bombshell 2016 is taking on Dan Tonkia. Dan Tonkia is the type of robot that just loves to flip everybody. I mean, he don't care who he's gonna flip. I mean, this is one of the boss that just about beat in-game. So, well, here we go. Speaking of NASCAR, I honestly think that Bombshell has been watching too much of it around 2005 because, well, yeah, and this would be a moment on NBC where Wally Dallenbach could just chime in after Bill Weber names the wrong track and say, "You big dummy." That's exactly what came into my mind against Bombshell, guys. So, is it just me, or is Bombshell getting worse? I just don't get it. I just don't get why Bombshell can get even worse. All right, so next is Defender, who last Monday took out Tornado. And he's taken on a robot that, well, I think he got beat by Shadow in episode 3. It's Jabber. Jabber has a top speed of 40 miles an hour right now. He's one of the fastest bots in the competition. Well, of course, second to only Swift. And yeah, Swift, I finally caught him. Now, I don't expect you to believe anything I say here. This was like a chase way up into Alaska to get Swift because he was on the gas after losing the Quetzalcoatl, and he was scheduled to fight in episode 4, but I didn't even know where he went. But Jabber, he and Swift on a fight sometime. And by the way, Swift can go up to 62 miles an hour and can go 0 to 60 almost instantly. What on earth, Jabber? I mean, like, what is it with bots basically doing themselves on speed? I just don't get it. And, well, Jabber, okay, I was able to retrieve Jabber, so he's at least not on the gas anymore, which can kind of say more than Swift. All right, so next is a couple of pretty good robots. Well, pretty good robots that sometimes haven't got too good of showings. It's the Brick Separator, who went 2-1, losing only to Hatchet in the 200 subscribers tournament. And he actually threw Bronco into the camera. He's going to be taking on Ocean Man. So Ocean Man went 0-2 in the account mayhem, but that does not mean that he can't do something huge here. I mean, and there's no pun intended there, but Ocean Man, he has a powerful weapon, and he's got decently low wedges. I mean, he's not too durable, but this bot can really make a difference if he's able to do something. He's able to make contact. He's able to make weapon contact. He could be a true contender. Okay, so I don't know what happened here, but I'd appreciate it if you guys try to help me explain. What I saw was that the Brick Separator was able to fire its flipper, but then the flipper got jammed. But at the same time, he threw Ocean Man out of the arena. That's what I saw. But I honestly tried to make his flipper work. And that's sometimes what happens. But now, well, have you ever, when it comes to watching a vertical spinner take on a full body spinner? We have Typhoon 2 taking on Quetzalcoatl. And oh God, I did not mean to do that. Okay, here we go. Yeet. Hold on. I think Quetzalcoatl may have broken the record for the quickest fight ever. But I mean, this was probably the perfect configuration. And man, those forks are really sharp. And well, all I can say is if you have never seen Havoc Bots, you need to go check it out right now because it's quite awesome, to say the least. It is really awesome. Well, next we have Shadow. Yeah, the flipper that took out Jabber. And Shadow's probably going with some of the glory of Jabber taking itself out. It's probably going to rub off on Shadow because he was the first opponent for Jabber. Shadow is taking on Switchblade. So here's Switchblade with that pretty powerful weapon, kind of a good versatile one with a pivoting mechanism there, and yeah, it's quite cool. All right, here we go. I'm gonna restart that because Switchblade just tried to spin up, but this in here was not properly secured. So I'm just gonna give them a second to. I'm just going to give them a second to properly secure that. And okay, here we go. That was more like 5 or 6 moments. Or I ain't in control of these things. Double yeet. And Wall Shadow takes the victory. And overall, that's a pretty dominant performance by Shadow, and at the same time, that's a pretty close performance. So let's see if I can kind of make a word here. Close dominant, I guess. Let's see. All right. Up next, let's showcase a bot that's going to be fighting in the next match. Now we have Splatter. If you've ever seen the first episode, well, like the first couple seasons of Battlebots, you're probably familiar with some unaired matches, and Splatter, the predecessor to Whiplash, was in these. And oh, by the way, Vanish will not fight today, but he's going to be in the next live show, and I'll definitely give him a good opponent because he can destroy about anyone. God, that weapon is so powerful, and all I can say is he's a really good competitor. All right, so Splatter basically he's got a spinner and a lifter, but you see on the bottom there, he's honestly not too durable. But I tried. I tried to just make him basically about as accurate as he is, and that's basically nothing but armor the strength of Kevlar, if it wasn't Kevlar. And he's going to be taking on Scorpios. Scorpios defeated Crimson in the last episode of the live show in a bonus fight after the main event. Oh, by the way, our main event tonight, I didn't mention anything about this, but our main event tonight is Tombstone taking on Son of Waiachi. 2 classic and legendary horizontal spinners from the early 2000s that are clashing off, squaring off. Come on, I just don't. I ain't in charge of these things, but honestly, well, I think Scorpios would stand a good chance, but he's never fought a bot with a spinner and a lifter. So if he's going to take on Whiplash sometime, then Splatter would be some good practice for him. I wouldn't say target practice, but some decent practice. All right, here we go. Well, Scorpio's just completely destroyed Shatter. I mean, I've heard some of those alerts on the radio where it says they say complete destruction is possible during a tornado warning. And honestly, Scorpios is like basically did the bot equivalent to a particularly dangerous situation, anything like a PDS tornado warning or severe thunderstorm warning or whatever those things are. I just listen to them, and sometimes they scare the crap out of me when they're relayed at 3 a.m. in the morning, especially the tests that have no reason on my local radio station. So, right now we have, let's see, we have Lockjaw taking on Oversaw. Here's a Lockjaw. He's been redesigned recently, and yeah, I mean, I'd probably switch back and forth between bots to see exactly who would be the most durable, or who would if he would need more durability, or if he would need to be lower to the ground. He chose lower to the ground this time because he's taking on Oversaw. And Oversaw, the bot that he lost the Deep Six last episode, and he honestly has no ground game, as you can see here, and his saw is moderate weapon power, to say the most. It's moderate weapon power. However, that doesn't stop him from trying to be effective, and I'm glad of that. Well, who's ready to get this on? And well, I think that's already it. And I mean, I'd like to see some longer matches, but well, that's what the bonus matches are for. And yeah, if you're with Mess versus Vanish, I might actually do that next episode. And that honestly sounds like the best idea, because right now I'm doing a little bit of right now I'm currently trying to upgrade Vanish a bit to have a little bit lower ground game. So probably next episode he'll take on Mass, and that ought to be a fight for the ages right there. Okay, so our next match features Mute, and this is a bot that you can read about on the Lego Bot Wiki. He was intending to be in season 4. He ultimately withdrew. Then he intended to be in season 5, and he ultimately withdrew. This is basically his design so far, and he used to feature kind of a flipper, but I turned it into a lifter after seeing that the lifter would be more effective. he's well armored, and that armor's kind of designed to come off because he just he wants to kind of wear the opponent down as he's as he's taking damage. And now he's taking on Storm Chaser. Good old Storm Chaser is the type of bot that has a very weak weapon, but he has very high hopes but a very weak weapon. Now he's not right here, but I'll be right back. Give me about 5 seconds. All right, here he is. He was on the couch, and hey, there are sad times. How you been doing today? I haven't seen since the original Wheel of Wheel. So I hope you're having a pretty good day, and well, hope everything's coming along pretty good. And so Mute is gonna take on Storm Chaser now, and well, we still got at least 4 fights to go. So let's ramp this up and see exactly what we can do. Okay. Storm Chaser just gets dumped out of the arena, and I'm pretty sure that I don't really know. I'm just pretty sure that Storm Chaser just ain't got anything in him at this point. Hey, the drum test is going good. And all right, now we have a couple of returning bots. There's Blick, whom I showcased last week. Blick has a pretty powerful flipper, and yeah, he's going to be taking on Ribot in the first episode of season 6. So that's pretty fair. And I'll be right back. Give me about 5 seconds. Okay, I made it on time with his opponent, Starchild. Starchild is, well, just a bot with 2 wheels, 2 button noses, and 1 eye made out of coal. And that eye made out, well, he's basically got 2 coal ears, 2 coal eyes, and a deadly button nose. Yeah. And so honestly, there's. Let's fix the camera here, but honestly, I have hope for Starchild. I have the reason I have hope for him is because, well, he's got that weapon, and that disc is pretty powerful. I mean, he got beat by Rewind. And Rewind's he may not be too durable, but he's not the easiest opponent either. So, how about we get into it and let's see what happens. Okay, trust me, I'm the crazy empire. So, Sad Times over here is saying that he's made a new drum spinner. Like to know, if you showcase it on your channel yet, because I'll definitely watch it after this. And if you have, and well, how about we have another fight? This one and another one will be before the main event, taking on with Tombstone taking on Son of Waiachi. And well, let me go get one of the bots. I'll be in here. I'll be right back. It's refrigerant, of course. Refrigerant is the type of bot that has a really powerful flipper. Well, I showed him tossing Tornado around like a flying object last week. He tossed Tornado like a UFO. I swear I was just showcasing him, and he it's like he was going mad. Let's see him throwing Crimson. I don't know why, but Crimson seems to be on the receiving end of all punishments. Now, if that wasn't a yeet, you tell me what is. Well, Refrigerant is taking on the joke bot of the 21st century. And it's Mojo. I don't know really who to compare it to. I mean, like, Mojo is like DVD compared to like another meme bot 15 years ago when VHS was around. So I mean, Mojo, he really don't stand too big of a chance in any of his fights, but I mean, he could eventually win something. So and by the way, yeah, I really would love it if you made a short showcase of today's Sad Times, because it'd honestly be a really cool robot to see. And well, and yeah, you may just make sure to tune in to the live show episodes, because you may see something you can't see anywhere else. So, well, here we go. Let's cut the chit chat and get on with it. Okay, Mojo is literally so tall that he hit my shirt. And him hitting my shirt is what kept him in. Man, I just don't know exactly what is happening. There's like everything is going on at once. All right, next is Huge. Well, who's Huge taking on, you ask? I don't know anyone watching is probably asking that. Well, he's going to take on, well, and no drum roll is necessary for this one. Well, it could be necessary depending on if you like full-way spinners. It's Crimson, and he made his grand entrance. So let's talk about these bots for a second. And Huge, he's the type of bot that's gaining success. I think he's currently 1-6, but he definitely has potential. He went like 1-6 with the latest design. The old design of Huge, well, his past two designs combined. But now, I mean, these wheels right here are living history. These are the actual wheels that were used on a Huge in season 1. Now, in-game versus Huge, I can't remember exactly which episode that happened in season 1. I'm thinking it was episode 3. he had these wheels, and though he got beat against Endgame, he really had a. It was really quite a. He could really. Well, I don't know. I'm having a stroke. I'm having a mini stroke over here, but he could show that he was a decent bot, and he just really couldn't pull matches through. With this new design, he's got a much more powerful weapon, and he can actually lift like that. So he could possibly flip Crimson if one of the stabilizers doesn't come off. All right. And Crimson lost to Scorpios last week. He's got a pretty powerful weapon, and well, this bot has potential too. He was originally going to be aired in an exhibition match for like season 3 or season 4. I don't quite remember exactly when it was, but well, Crimson wasn't too powerful then. He's come a long way since, and he's got the potential to absolutely shred Huge. Just I'll make that clear. All right, here we go. And Crimson is actually stuck on Huge's stabilizer, so he really can't move. And Huge is going to take the victory. And by the way, with Huge, you know, and we all know if you've watched Battlebots, we all know that in this past season, Huge was taken out by Sawblaze in the final match. Now, I actually lost about all my respect for Huge after his Hydra match, because Huge's captain basically threw a temper tantrum, threw a silent temper tantrum, and I actually have gained some of his respect back after him not saying that. After him not completely appealing it and throwing a tantrum. And by the way, Ultimate Gamer is saying it's a great stream, and I'm really glad to bring it to you. These moments here are like a place we can all hang out and chat while we're watching me do harmless shenanigans. And honestly, I'll keep these live show episodes coming as long as I possibly can. And they could even go in the middle of season 6 between bots who didn't get to be there. So, and this is just in time for the main event with Tombstone taking on Son of Waiachi. And yeah, the live show episodes, I'll keep them coming as long as I can. And yeah, he's also saying I should build a big Battlebot out of Lego. Honestly, that would be a pretty cool challenge. If you're talking about motorized Lego Battlebots, I've actually had one of them before. It was called Woodpecker, but it never made it to any of these shows. It was just a private thing because the bot was not very durable. And I've got this motor right here is actually off-brand, and yeah, this is, but it works just fine. It works just fine as with Legos, and hopefully it'll just keep ticking, because I got like 4 or 5 more of these in my room, or should I say, the big workshop. the big workshop with Legos from end to end. Legos from end to end and coins in the middle of it. So let's talk about Tombstone and Sanawachi for a minute. Tombstone is one of the most recognizable names in my Lego Battlebots series. He was the original #1 seed, and for season, well, that was for season 1, and ever since he's had somewhat declining success, but he's still remained an icon. He's never missed the round of 16, and his horizontal blade just seems to keep up with the competition. And while he's the type of bot that is slowly degrading, he's still going to be around for many seasons to come. And if it ever comes to where he performs pretty badly, I'm gonna upgrade him, because he's honestly the type of bot that needs to still have success. And yeah, and the #1 seed, a semifinalist in season 1, then a quarterfinalist in season 2, for which his most infamous moment is when he got torn apart by Gigabyte. I think I'd say that's his most famous moment, but he's had a ton of wins, and he's had a lot of success. And honestly, Tombstone is my favorite BattleBot in real life. And it's just real sad that Ray Billings hurt his hand, because Tombstone not in a BattleBot season just feels empty. Just makes it feel empty. And all right, so here's Sanawachi. Sanawachi is the type of bot who has decent success. I think he's currently 2-2 on air, but he has a pretty powerful weapon, and there's actually this little triangular piece in the middle that I don't quite know what set it comes from, but he's got pretty good success, and he's got a wedge, a weapon, and he's actually got the potential to beat Tombstone today, because he can make a good control ball. And well, here we go. I really ain't got anything else to say. Well, I think that's going to be it, as Tombstone just shreds its own blade, but that was an awesome fight. I'll say that just to say the least. And, well, just exactly all I can say is don't leave yet, because we got a bonus match. Yeah, they've been a thing since the past episode, and, well, how would you feel to see Bloodlust, one of the most powerful spinners in the place, taking on, well, he's going to be taking on none other than the activist. Well, not the activist, but Bloom. Bloom is 1-2, and he's decently powerful, but not by any standards a top tier competitor, if you know what I mean. So this is just a bonus fight after the main event. And Bloodlust, I'm thinking he took out next day delivery last week. I'm gonna have to go back and check it after the stream ends, but yeah, he's got an incredibly powerful weapon, and hopefully he doesn't do wall damage like Sanawachi just did. And that goes for you too, Bloom. All right, here we go. What on earth? What on earth just happened? I'm going to have till 25 million, the year 25 million to process what just happened. I mean, Bloodlust literally exploded Bloom straight out of the arena. I don't quite know what happened there. I mean, I'm the one that fights these machines, but often I'm just fighting them. Often I'm just fighting them and watching them at the same time. And yeah, by the way, hopefully there is going to be an Account Mayhem, the sequel, the sequel to an Account Mayhem. It'd just be called the Account Mayhem 2. And yeah, and I'm definitely wide open for suggestions. And last time I really didn't have too many suggestions, so yeah, I'm wide open for bot suggestions because yeah, there's just all kinds of bots I can make. So yeah, just give me the word and I can help make it, and I could make it for you, and it could possibly be on my channel. So yeah, and sad times to say if you'd love to see ballistic versus inverse, that'd be quite awesome. Having possibly ballistic and the croc in the Account Mayhem. And yeah, I definitely would like to see that myself. And I mean, I'm just painting a picture in my mind. I don't know who would win because inverse has either its fidget spinner or its main weapon that it can use, and then ballistic. What I've seen of him is that he just flips people all over the place, and he just flips people um, without any regard, and he seems to be pretty good. So with that, that would close the live show for today. But man, Bloom just basically got its butt whooped. But overall, I'm glad that you guys have been watching and have been sticking with me for 5 episodes of the live show. And yeah, it's just, well, I'm just definitely looking forward to all the stuff ahead, including season 6. Well, I'll see you all later. And that concludes the live show, episode 5.